I did a previous video where I said Fallout actually looks good, but I'm worried they're going to inject DEI and make it absolutely woke nonsense. And I got a lot of hate on that video. But apparently, I'm probably going to be 100% correct again. Because the director says, as quotes, Amazon's Fallout director says it would have been a fool's errand for the series to try and appeal to fans. I don't think you could really set out to please the fans of anything. And he's absolutely wrong. 100% wrong. Nobody had any real complaints about Lord of the Rings. Nobody. There were some weirdos that were, well, why'd they change this? Why? It was not 10 hours of movie. It was 10 hours of movie. There's a lot of content in there. Don't freak out about little things. It'll be okay. But this one, they're just utterly saying there's no way for us to appease the Fallout fans. So we're just going to make our own story. And I would be perfectly okay with that if it was a good Fallout story. But they're not. They're already making new vaults. They're already changing core mechanics on how the Fallout universe works. And here, before I start reading the article, here it is right here. The helmets in Fallout now open. Because just like taking from the Halo series, you have to show the actor's face. You can't do anybody's tone of emotion. It has to be their face. It's all in their face. This is absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. The Fallout suits did not work like this. But here we go from Bounding into Comics. As if the revelation of multi-opening Iron Man-esque helmet for the supposedly radiation-proof power armor was not enough of a red flag for Amazon's upcoming live-action TV adaptation of the popular RPG franchise directed by Jonathan Nolan has admitted that the series was not made with fans in mind. And I can absolutely tell. That was my concern on my previous video. Nolan, who viewers may recognize as the creator of CBS's Person of Interest and HBO's Westworld, as well as the brother of Christian Bale-led Batman trilogy, Christopher Nolan, offered this insight into Fallout's direction during a recent press event held for the series. They should have given it to Chris Nolan. Westworld started off so good and then just turned into an utter disaster. As reported by UK-based consumer technology news outlet T3, Nolan's appearance at the event saw him share his belief that trying to make the series in a way that would please longtime franchise fans was ultimately a futile effort. I don't think you really can set out to please the fans of anything, the director opined, or please anyone other than yourself. If you're making movies for yourself off of something that already exists, nobody is going to like your show. You're taking something that has backstory and saying you don't like it and you want to change it. That's exactly what you're doing. You're not saying you're a fan. You're not saying you like the stories, the plot. You don't like any of it. You just want to use the setting because it'll boost your numbers in the beginning and make it look like it's going to be good. And he goes on to say, I think you have to come into this trying to make the show that you wanted to make and trusting that without us being fans of the game, we would find the pieces that were essential to us and try to do the best version. You've already failed at that. To this end, Nolan then attempted to assuage fans' fears regarding the series, respect for its source material by pulling his aforementioned fan credentials, asserting, it started for me with Fallout 3, which devoured about a year of my life. Apparently not, because you've already ruined everything. Unfortunately for Nolan, it should be noted that given Fallout 3 was the first game made by Bethesda rather than the original developers, Black Isle Studios, and the massive amount of division amongst fans regarding which of the two companies handled the property better, his attempt to establish his series fan cred likely had the opposite effect. Look, Fallout 3 was my first Fallout game. I liked it. I ended up playing the Tactics one, which was okay. Then I eventually, New Vegas came out and I played New Vegas. I absolutely loved New Vegas. And then I finally got Fallout 1 and 2. Those are really hard to play on PC. The controls are so fucked. They're good games. I absolutely love them. They are fantastic. And then Fallout 4 came out. I actually, I Fallout 4 was mediocre to me. It wasn't terrible. It was completely mid. And then the mods came out, and I think the mods, just the graphics mods alone, made that game a million times better. And I wish I could get achievements with the mods, but it's whatever. But yeah, no. And then they came out with the live action one, or not the live action, the MMO one, Fallout 76. That game was terrible. That game was absolutely atrocious. I hated it. I hated it so much. And I bought it on sale for like $10. And I felt like I was ripped off. It, uh, it was just so bad. But it looks like this one's going to follow in the Fallout 76 steps. All right. So anyway, going back to the article, I was an aspiring young writer at the point, and it almost derailed my entire career. Recall the director. It was so ludicrously playable and fun. Seriously, the games were just incredible. Then why would you shit on them like this? It's such a rare and unbelievable thing that I've gotten to do twice in my career, to take something that you love and get a chance to play in that universe, to create your own version. We don't want your version. We want Fallout. Changing how the core mechanics of things work is not Fallout. It's whatever the fuck you're doing. It's trash. The first go-round for me was Batman. Nolan helped penned all 3 entries in his brother's cinematic Caped Crusader trilogy, though he was sadly left uncredited for Batman Begins. So he's pissed off about that and taking it out on Fallout fans. Fantastic. Ultimately pressed by the crowd as to whether or not, for all his aversions to pleasing fans, he had at least produced a Fallout series that he was satisfied with. He goes on to say, it's kind of a fool's errand to try and figure out how to make other people happy. No, it's really not. It's really not. You go with the established lore, which you've already shown, you've thrown out the window. What you have done is taken Fallout and changed it to this amorphous thing that you want it to be to create your own story, but you don't want to actually design anything. You just want to steal what other people had and hope you make money off of it. Fucking the worst kind of person to direct a movie. The worst kind of person, period. I'm going to take what you have. I don't like it, but I like some of the ideas. So I'm just going to steal it, put your label on it, and sell it to everybody who already liked your stuff. It's garbage. You're trash. And I think they missed a very good casting opportunity. I think they missed one. Bruce Campbell would have been fantastic as a ghoul. I'm going to say it. Bruce Campbell would have been fantastic. It would have been funny. I would have absolutely loved to see Bruce Campbell in a Fallout series, even if the Fallout series was shit. He actually would have made it watchable. But guys, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this one out. And until the next one, guys, be easy like sleazy.